What would make a 93-year-old cardinal, under constant government surveillance, travel across the world to stand before the Pope and 170 of the Church's most powerful leaders, and openly accuse them of manipulating the Church and risking its very unity? This isn't a theory. It just happened. This week, Cardinal Joseph Zen, the 93-year-old former bishop of Hong Kong, did something extraordinary. After years of having his passport confiscated, after being arrested and convicted under Hong Kong's national security law, he was granted temporary permission to travel to Rome. His mission? To speak at a private meeting of all the cardinals. And what he said there wasn't polite. It wasn't diplomatic. It was a direct, stark warning that cut to the heart of the biggest project in the Catholic Church today, the Synod on Synodality. To understand why this matters, you need to understand two things about Cardinal Zen. He knows the cost of silence. He's been arrested, fined, and lives under severe legal restrictions for supporting pro-democracy efforts that he sees a pattern. And in Rome, he stated that the way the Synod is being run mirrors the ironclad manipulation he has experienced under authoritarian rule. In a closed-door session, Cardinal Zen didn't hold back. He called the Synod's tightly controlled process an insult to the dignity of the bishops. He said the constant appeals to the Holy Spirit to justify the process were ridiculous and almost blasphemous. Why? Because, he warned, it suggests the Spirit would now contradict the very tradition he inspired over 2,000 years. His core question was devastatingly simple. Has there been real listening, or just managed consensus? He asked the assembly, has the Pope been able to listen to the entire people of God? Do the lay people present at the Synod actually represent the people of God? Have the bishops been able to carry out a work of discernment, which must surely consist in disputation and judgment? In other words, is this true debate, or is it a show? But his sharpest critique was about authority and confusion. He zeroed in on a major contradiction. Pope Francis has called the Synod's final document a part of the Church's official teaching, magisterium, that commits the churches to follow it. Yet, he also said it is not strictly normative and open to different interpretations based on local culture. Cardinal Zen's response was a series of razor-sharp questions. Does the Holy Spirit guarantee that contradictory interpretations will not arise? If every region can experiment, who judges what's valid? Will a committee in Rome be more competent than the bishops to judge their own local churches? Most strikingly, he warned, doesn't this path lead the Catholic Church directly toward the same fractures that divided the Anglican Communion? He pointed to the Archbishop of Canterbury, who now leads only a fragment of global Anglicans, versus the larger conservative Global Anglican Future Conference. Is that our future? He implied. For Cardinal Zen, this isn't just about church procedure. It's about a fundamental principle. When you sacrifice clear doctrine and strong episcopal leadership for a vague spirit of openness, you don't get unity. You get division. And he knows this battle isn't just in Rome. It's the same fight he's waging in Hong Kong. It's the struggle against any power, secular or religious, that asks you to trade truth for peace, clarity for quiet, and principle for permission. There's something profoundly powerful about a man at the end of his life who has lost his freedom, choosing not to enjoy a quiet retirement, but to spend his limited political capital on a warning to his own church. He's not fighting to win. He's fighting to witness. He's reminding the church that its credibility doesn't come from being popular or adaptable, but from being faithful. That sometimes the most radical act is not to change with the times, but to hold fast to what you believe was given to you for all time. So what do we take from this? Is Cardinal Zen a prophetic voice warning of a slow drift into division? Or is he an obstacle to a necessary, Spirit-led updating of the Church? His challenge forces a question onto all of us. In a world that values compromise and flexibility above all, When is it not only right, but essential to stand firm, even against your own allies, in the name of coherence and truth? Where do you stand? Does the church need more synodality and listening, or does it need clearer boundaries and stronger authority to avoid fracture? Share your perspective below. This is one of the most crucial conversations shaping the future of the world's largest church.